Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you from. Y'all, welcome to the Real Deal Lanita Gill's podcast. Hope everybody doing okay this morning. Love, thank you for waking me up this morning. Y'all, I want to get into a moment of silence for a minute for Kendrick Johnson and his family. All right, y'all, I'm back. Thank you for the moment of silence. I want to get into this case, and the reason why I want to get into this case, and I know they closed the case, but we're going to talk about that. I took a little notes and put it over here on the side line, and I want to talk about those notes. The Kendrick Johnson case remained unsolved, y'all. This is a student that, a Georgia high school student at that, was found unalive inside a roll-up mat in 2013, with authorities ruling it an accident. A conclusion. Its family vehemently rejects citing an independent autopsy issues with civilian camera footages, according to the YouTube video. The second autopsy at the family request found not forced trauma. Remember we talked about that, suggesting it was an accident. Okay, so y'all, thus far since then, the case had reopened in March the 2021. The Lowe's County Sheriff announced the reopening of the case, prompted by evidence, the 25-second audio that we're going to listen to in a few minutes. The Department of Justice closed that investigation, y'all, again in 2016, finding insufficient evidence for federal charges, but the family disputes finding. So, y'all, this is a case that I got into because as a coach, a retired coach, track coach, and step team coordinator, you think about the kids. The first move minute, excuse me, y'all. Move. Okay. Excuse me, I can't work without the dog. Okay. This case took a toll on me because he was an athlete at his high school. And what they did, yeah. They turned it into a BOTCH investigation. And y'all, I noticed something. I have learned so much legal terms. Another case that I did, it was another word I don't have my notes in front of me, that a term that I never heard of. And now this time, this is my first time hearing about what kind of investigation this is with Kendrick Johnson. I spelled Johnson wrong, y'all, for a second. It's early in the morning. I get up early to work. Shout out to all my workers and my members, my subscribers. Let me see. The S right there, y'all. Computer wasn't malfunctioning right. So, one thing about that gym, it's supposed to be about safety. Now, like I said, it's a new term that I learned since I've been doing a lot of investigation. This turned into a botched investigation. A botched means it was clumsy. It was performed badly, poorly, incompetently. It wasn't good at all. That's what they said. But who fault is it? Who fault is that? It was a clumsy investigation. Incompetence, carelessness, procedural failures. And you know what surprised me about this case? Police failed to collect DNA evidence properly. And this surprised me, y'all. This is high school. This is high school. I can't believe it. I just can't believe what I'm hearing. Finding charges based on a poorly conducted interview with the subject was confused. Confused. A BOTCH raid causing a collateral damage, a suspect to escape. I can't believe this investigation right here, y'all, really shocked me. What we're gonna do? We're gonna get into an audio in a few minutes, and I want us to listen to the audio. But y'all, we talking about school. When you send your kids to school, you expect your kids to come up back home from school, right? You don't want nothing supposed to happen to your kids. You want your kids back home the way you sent them to school, the way they got on that bus. This is a serious case, y'all. And I always think about Kendrick. Because look what he got on right here. Look what he has on in the picture right here. He has on a Viking uniform. He plays sports for his school. But allegedly something happened inside of that gym. We're going to take a look at another audio. I'm trying to be careful the way I put the audio out there from CNN. They have an audio update. I don't think that family going to give up, y'all, that easy. But let's take a look at this audio. And y'all, this when you think about, I just can't believe this happened. Cause I'm a physical education teacher, and in the gym is very safety. Safety is something that we always emphasize, even with the students. So I don't even see how this happened though. But let's take a look at this video. They listen to this news coverage. Then we're gonna take a look at what's going on in this case. A lot of people don't know this case, and I studied this case. I like this case just took a toll to me. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna listen to her right quick. Then we're gonna go over here and listen to another. The reason why I like for y'all to listen to the news, because I want to know what they're saying. I want to know what they're putting out there, what kind of information that they emphasizing out there about a case. So let me turn this noise down a bit. Hold on, y'all. She done camper. Okay, y'all. I had to turn a little bit of that noise down in the background for you, so y'all can hear this. Okay, y'all. Let's listen to this.
The Lowndes County Sheriff is investigating new possible evidence in the case of a teen found dead in a high school gym. Kendrick Johnson's family say they recently obtained a recording of someone who may be confessing to killing him. The 17-year-old was found dead in a rolled-up gym mat in his high school 8 years ago. An autopsy ruled his death an accident, but his family has always believed he was killed. They turned over the 25-second recording to the sheriff earlier this week.
I quote, "They're going to catch me anyways. I should have never done this. I was young and stupid. Kendrick didn't deserve this, man." A couple of seconds go by, and he ends with a very tearful, "They're going to catch me anyways."
said the
Wow.
audio was secretly recorded by the person's family member who sold it to them for $1,000. Lowndes County Sheriff Ashley Polk says they are working to authenticate the clip and will ask the GBI for help. He also confirmed the recording may possibly be someone already questioned in the case. Earlier this month, the sheriff announced he was reopening this case after getting new evidence from a federal investigation.
Okay, y'all heard it. So y'all know I like to go over what you just listened to. Now, y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. It's when y'all okay, when your kids get suspended from school, what's the first thing they do? They call your parents. They call the parents and they make a report on it. What happened here? When that incident happened, why what happened? I mean, soon they saw the ambulance. I said I saw the ambulance at the school, so what happened? Yeah, I mean, y'all did it. Okay, I know y'all you perform an autopsy without the parents' notification and replace it back with newspaper due to the fact that allegedly that the organ was already disposed and destroyed by it being in Met. I don't believe that, but that's what they saying. This is a school, yeah. This is a school somewhere that you know that your kid's gonna be safe. Go to school, do what respect the teachers and come back home. This is a gym. This is where I worked at in a gym like this. But only thing that kind of like this disturbed me a little bit is how the mat is standing up. Now I don't know if I'll be able to keep that on, but the mat is standing up, and you see a mat lying down on the floor. Ain't no way in the world he got it now. It's no way. But what we're gonna do, I want to hear this. I want to hear what Roland has to say. I don't know, shit, cause Roland be talking, but I don't know. I don't know, Roland. I don't know. I want to hear this young man right here. Cause y'all, I did a track meet. I did one of their track meet.
Two sons of an FBI agent are describing raids on
Hold
their
on.
residences in recent weeks.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all, this is a good school. This is a good school. This is a good school in Georgia, y'all. I just don't see how this happened. So let's look at this. Listen to this. And then in that gym, they had missing videos, y'all. This see this case right here cannot be ignored. It shouldn't be dismissed because my child. I'm just saying my child. I'm just putting if he was my son, he didn't come home. He didn't come home from school. His body parts gone. My son played for y'all school. What happened to him? First of all, he didn't come to first period class. That should have been reported. If he didn't come to homeroom, it should have been reported. Cause it happened. I don't know whether AM or PM. That's why I've really ended the case. Cause I don't know did it happen AM or PM.
Connection with an investigation into the death of a Valdosta high school student found rolled up in a gym mat, and their mother says they have not spoken to prosecutors, police, or the grand jury. But now they've talked to Channel 2 investigator reporter Mark Winnie. Mark live in DeKalb County with excerpts from those interviews that are new since 5. Mark. That's right. We are live outside the Atlanta field office of the FBI. We are told that is where the father of Brian and Brandon Bell was assigned, though he worked out of Valdosta. But it was another federal agency that apparently showed up at his son's residences recently. This is where they knocked the morning of around 5 a.m. You can see the scuff marks from the shoes as the U.S. Marshals knocked. I was laying in bed. I got a bang on my door. Tactical gear? Yes, sir. To the nth degree. places July 21st was worse than a bad dream.
I'm gonna take it back. These two boys right here, they are blaming them. They are blaming these two. They was accusing these two young boys. Allegedly, he's supposed to be. I don't like getting children mess, but what is his name? Kendrick allegedly supposed to be going with one of them girlfriend. Liked it. They liked it, the girl or something like that. Something to that nature. But this is one of the students, him and his brother, who they accuse.
You can see the scuff marks from the shoes as the U.S. Marshals knock. I was laying in bed. I got a bang on my door.
Tactical gear?
Yes, sir. To the nth degree. They were just like, it's about the Kendrick Johnson case, ongoing Kendrick Johnson investigation.
Brandon Bell says what he and brother Brian Bell woke up to in two different rental places July 21st was worse than a bad dream. Deputy U.S. Marshal serving search warrants in connection with the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson at Lowndes High School in 2013.
I was just really shocked. I really had no reason in my head why they would be here. It just keeps on getting worse.
One might imagine Kendrick Johnson's mom feels like she's in a nightmare that won't end.
Kendrick gives me strength. You know, he was our baby. He was my son.
The Lowndes County Sheriff says after a thorough investigation, his office agrees with the state medical examiner that Johnson's death was an accident due to positional asphyxia. That it was.
Y'all know what this case remind me of. Let me put it back on Kendrick. Let me see what them boys' name. Hold on. Let me see, y'all. It remind me of God. What is the boy's name? Hold on, y'all. This case. Hold on. Let's see, can I find it? Let me see. I got to change something. Hold on, y'all. This case remind me of the two boys that I covered. What name? Hold on, y'all. I can see the name. Okay. The Frisco track meet. The Frisco district track meet. I'm trying to think of them. I'm looking at that. Hold on, y'all. That case. It reminded me of that case. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see. These look different. Well, that Frisco incident, remember, at the high school where the father, where the boy got shot, the boy was stabbed at the track meet. This remind me of that case so badly, y'all. It really does. Let me switch back over to because I know I covered it, but this case remind me of. Hold on, one reason why I can't see. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, that's what this case remind me of. What happened at that school at that track meet? That's what this case put me in a reminder of that. Yeah. Hold on. Carmelo. That's his name. Carmelo. Yeah, and I can't think of the Carmelo Anthony. And what is the boy now? I'm looking at the boy right here, y'all, on one of my other channels. Well, this case remind me of that high school in Georgia. And it shocked me, y'all. This him really shocked me that this happened at this high school right here. Okay. So yeah.
Investigation, his office agrees with the state medical examiner that Johnson's death was an accident due to positional asphyxia, that he wedged himself in a rolled-up gym mat trying to reach a shoe and could not get out.
I would imagine practically every one of your viewers scratching their head.
And a lawsuit by Johnson's parents alleges a group including the Bell brothers, sons of an FBI agent, violently assaulted their son.
Well, yeah, okay, now y'all remember in the Carmelo case, you had your two brothers, you had the two brothers in that. But this time something happened to one of the brothers was wounded, but was stabbed in that case. And Carmelo wasn't even on 18, he was over there. But this situation is a totally different situation. They was inside the gym. Now, I wouldn't. They were saying that one of the brothers, you know how they say he said, she said. I don't want to get into that because I don't want to blame. I don't want to blame these two boys because it was a lot of boys in that gym. It was a lot of boys in that gym, and if that audio will work, if that I don't. In this case right here, you're gonna have animosity against teammates, somebody on the team, going with a girl, or liking somebody. Girl, kids react different on that right there. So I haven't gotten into stuff like that. I just really want to know how did Kendrick end up inside of Matt? That's all. And I see it from a coach's point of view. I don't see him climbing in on Matt. I don't even see how he got in it, y'all. Allegedly.
Leading to his death.
My only angle is to find justice for my son.
But the Bell civil attorneys, Patrick O'Connor and Bryce Ladson, say the July 21st search warrants saw text messages, emails, and the like relevant to alleged witness tampering and obstruction of justice. Is it possible you were involved in any witness tampering or obstruction?
No, sir. In no possible way whatsoever.
Big time kids.
Have you obstructed justice in any way? Have you tampered with any witnesses? Tried to influence anybody? Tried to stop somebody from talking in the Kendrick Johnson investigation?
No.
Where viewers can look in your eyes. Did you have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir. Nor me or my family had anything to do with his death.
Both Bells maintain they have rock-solid alibis. Where were you?
I was in class.
Videos, pictures, and theories abound online.
See, he was in class. Why Kendrick wasn't in class? That part I don't get it, y'all. I don't get that part right there. Soon as this happened in that gym, a call should have been made at that parents right away. And I don't know what's a call made to that family right away, but I don't see how they. I'm still trying to see how did they pit those two boys out of all the boys in the school. Cause it was some more kids in that gym, y'all. But that video is gone. That video is gone, y'all. This supposed to be a BOTCH investigation. This supposed to call no way it can be called a BOTCH It shouldn't be called a BOTCH investigation involving in a student. Y'all, when it come down to them students, these parents would like in the school system, that like they would have been shook up. You know what I mean? Oh, man, we don't see nothing. It shouldn't be this. It shouldn't be that.
Happened. Some involving school surveillance video. We talked to Brandon Bell about his appearance.
See, there go one of the brothers right there. There go one of the brothers right there, y'all. Let me back him back a little bit. I don't know which one of the brothers it is. It go one on right there with something in his hand right there.
Involving school surveillance video. We talked to Brandon Bell about his appearance.
I was changing clothes before I had to leave for the.
There they go. They brothers. He was saying what he said he was doing. Let me see. He could have been changing clothes. I don't know. He could have been.
I was changing clothes before I had to leave for the wrestling tournament that we were going to, and I went in there to.
See, I told you they was on the wrestling team. I kind of figured that. See, that wrestling match not even supposed to be. That wrestling match should be gone out that gym. That's what I'm looking at. That wrestling match should have been picked up and removed out the gym. Period. So it won't cause an incident like this, y'all. So nothing like this would happen. And we have them in middle school, but they'll move them. They'll come in there and get out. Like, oh man, y'all need to get this thing out of here, out the weight room. You know, cause my track team had to come in there in students. Period. They moved it though.
Checked my weight the first time. I changed, and then the shirt that was assumed to have blood on it that they had circled and said blood, it actually said RLX. It's a type of polo.
How's it feel to get your side out?
Great. Because I finally, like, we've just been sitting here, like, not just letting everybody else talk. You know, it's our time to talk.
Wow. What they say? Eggs on his shirt. What they say? Him. See, he looks so different right there. He looks so different. He really changed. I can't say the boys did it, y'all. I can't say. They got to give me something else to roll with before I blame, accuse another student. I really can't say. I'm not feeling sorry for nobody. I really can't say. Because I wonder why did they look at the brothers?
In the Kendrick Johnson investigation, where viewers can look in your eyes, did you have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir. Nor me or my family had anything to do with his death.
Those Bells maintain they have rock solid alibis.
Where were you? I was in class.
Videos, pictures, and theories abound online about what happened. Some involving school surveillance video. We talked to Brandon Bell about his appearance.
I was changing clothes before I had to leave for the wrestling tournament that we were going to. And I went in there to check my weight the first time. I changed, and then the shirt that was assumed to have blood on it that they had circled and said blood, it actually said RLX. It's a type of polo.
How's it feel to get your side out?
Great. Because I finally, like, we've just been sitting here, like, not just letting everybody else talk. You know, it's our time to talk.
Now, a March 2013 document in the file suggests an attorney told the sheriff's office that after consulting with the father of Brian and Brandon Bell, he advised them not to make a statement. We are posting extensive raw video at WSBTV.com and tomorrow on Channel 2 Action.
Okay, y'all, let me let y'all see, hear the audio. Hold up for a minute. Audio, hold on, the audio. Where is that audio? Okay, let me push the new. It's a lot to this. Hold on, y'all. Let me take it right here and see it's the audio. I want y'all to hear the audio.
The Lowndes County Sheriff
Just in case you didn't hear the audio.
Evidence in the case of teen found dead in a high.
See, that's what I do. Okay. I want y'all to hear the audio. Here you go, y'all. Oh, the family turned the audio in. I thought they had a. Oh my God. Okay. I thought they would have the audio. See, I thought I saw something said. I wanted y'all to hear the audio. What happened to him? Cause they definite comment. Okay, let me take y'all here. I want to play the audio. I thought maybe I could have played the audio for you all. Okay.
One hour of our exclusive investigation into the death of Kendrick Johnson, specifically what school surveillance video can tell us
about how he died and what's missing from it. Again, here's Victor Blackwell.
CNN has hired Grant Fredericks and his team at Forensic Video Solutions to analyze the hundreds of hours of surveillance from Lowndes High School. Although he does not believe that jumpy video is the result of editing, he says there are some other major problems.
Those files are not original files. They're not something that an investigator should rely on for the truth of the video. They've been altered in a number of ways, primarily in image quality, and likely in dropped information loss. There are also a number of files that are corrupted because they've not been processed correctly and they're not playable. So I can't say why they were done that way, but they were not done correctly and they were not done thoroughly. So we're missing information.
Fredericks says that's likely due to how investigators acquired the surveillance video.
Right now, what they've done is they have left it up to the school district to define what it is they want to provide the police. And I think that probably is understandable.
According to Lowndes County Sheriff's Office incident reports, a detective watched a portion of the surveillance video the day Kendrick Johnson was found. Then he asked the school board's information technology worker for a copy of the surveillance video for the entire wing of the school with the whole gym for the last 48 hours. 5 days later, that IT worker provided a hard drive, and according to the incident report, the detective verified it contained the requested surveillance video.
So the investigator's responsibility is to acquire the entire digital video recording system and to have their staff define what they want to obtain. You don't want somebody who might be party to the responsibility to make the decision as to what they provide the police.
And after hours of analysis, Fredericks questions whether Lowndes County Schools provided all of the surveillance video from the old gym to investigators.
There is a whole of time where none of the cameras provide any record that I've been provided.
Fredericks has all the camera angles and all the video released by the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office.
There are 4 cameras in the gym that records motion from when the lights turn on in the morning until when the lights are turned off at night, except for the area of interest.
The moments before Kendrick Johnson enters the gym. Look at what happens to the recordings from these 4 cameras in the gym. The time is recorded with the video. The first camera captures images from the start of the day until 12:04 p.m. Then, nothing. It picks up again at 1:09 p.m. There's consistent surveillance from the second camera until 11:05 a.m. Then it stops and picks up again more than 2 hours later at 1:15 p.m. The third camera also drops at 11:05 a.m. It picks up again at 1:16 p.m. And from the final camera, there's surveillance. Then it picks up again at 1:09.
Somebody alter this, y'all.
Absolutely expect there to be some record of that activity, and we don't have any.
Here's why Fredericks would have expected the motion-activated system to record during that time. During that hour and 5 minutes, several students are seen walking into and out of the old gym from the surveillance camera just outside the gym door. We count 7 male students, and 3 of them walk into the gym within 3 minutes prior to Kendrick Johnson walking in.
I can't tell you whether there was no information recorded in the digital video system, whether somebody made an error and didn't capture it, or whether somebody just didn't provide it.
When surveillance in the gym resumes at 1:09, we see just these few frames of Kendrick Johnson running in the gym. Here's that moment from all of the cameras in the gym, although there's a record from only 2, and the camera just outside the door. Notice, the hall camera timestamp appears to be 10 minutes behind, and there's no confirmation either that matches the exact time of day. It is the last time his image is captured on video. For the next hour, there are multiple gaps in the video surveillance in the gym.
And that is...
I see what they did. They left the cameras out there with sounded like Kanika Jenkins' video. They took out the people and make it look like she was in there by herself. She was in the hallway by herself. So that's what they allegedly did here. They took away the videos that we really need to see with other people in the gym that saw this. but somebody protecting the students and the school system and the school, allegedly.
Really important time. Well, it really is the only option to answer the question of what happened.
And there's no video showing the initial
Oh, Lord. I don't want to show that.
It should be suspicious, and it's suspicious that that time period is not there.
Right.
So yes, I would be suspicious, and until I have the digital video system in my hand, until I can say, or an investigator can say, everything is intact, this was what was recorded, I would still be highly suspicious of this.
So after fighting for
And y'all, and what tripped out about it is it's an incident. It's an accident that happened in the gym. After school, it seemed like they get ready to go on a have a wrestling match that they got. I remember the boy said he had to change clothes. I want to hear the audio. So this supposed to be a new video right here. Let me see. This what is this right here? Okay, I might can't show that. I want to find it. I want to. Let me see. Can I find a new audio, y'all? It's a whole hour missing, y'all. A whole hour missing from that tape. Oh Lord, have mercy. Let's see what this is. Let's go to Valdosta. See what they said. Let's see what Valdosta have to say about this.
In this video, released for the first time by the Valdosta Daily Times, we are able to follow 17-year-old Kendrick Johnson a wing of the building following his. We see the smiling 17-year-old make the turn and continue past the guidance and administration offices. Unlike earlier video, this video contains a timestamp from the surveillance system servers, and we can witness Kendrick enter the hallway to the gymnasium at 1:27. This time is likely accurate as it coincides with the number of students in the hallways as they would be changing classes at 1:25. Kendrick continues unimpeded down the hallway, passing other students and entering the gym at around 1:28.
So he about to go with that boy
The
right here.
timestamp from this still image displays a time of 12:59. Different time sinks between surveillance servers means the hallway camera was behind by 29 minutes. Cameras mounted inside the gym, which captured images of
Okay,
Kendrick.
look, y'all, these boys right here. Okay, Kendrick came in that gym, came through the gym with this boy right here. See, go back right here. These boys.
Cameras mounted inside the gym,
They go in the gym. Here we go.
which captured images of Kendrick after he passed through the doors, are on a third server, whose timestamp is 10 minutes ahead of the cameras in the hallway leading to the gym. Kendrick and another student disappear from the image after this frame, as they are both now outside the limits of the motion detection system that activates the camera. The next frame shows several students passing by. A student wearing a bright green shirt is joined by a student wearing a blue shirt. These same students can be seen on the whole camera passing through the entrance of the gymnasium approximately 3 minutes after Kendrick. Accounting for the 1 frame per second capture rate of the cameras means that 3 minutes of surveillance footage translates into 18 seconds of real time. This suggests the time between the last frame of Kendrick and the next frame on the surveillance video is approximately the same 18 seconds. For the Valdosta Daily Times Online.
That's weird. This is so weird. This is so weird. Let me see this video right here again. This is weird. Somebody had to see him in it. This a cover up, y'all, allegedly. Conspiracy was a conspiracy.
Joining us now from Tallahassee, Florida, are Kenneth and Jacqueline Johnson, Kendrick's parents, along with the family's attorneys, Shaveen King and Benjamin Crump. Thank you all for joining us. And Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, we're so sorry for your loss. Kenneth Johnson, I'd like to start with you. What's your reaction to the U.S. Attorney General's decision to reopen your son's case?
Well, we're happy that fresh pair of eyes is starting to look at Kendrick's case, and we're just waiting on the truth to really come out.
Jacqueline, why do you believe that the school or the sheriff's office or anyone would attempt to cover up, or at the very least not try to get to the bottom of the circumstances behind your son's death?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to find out. That's why we're trying to get to the truth. I have no idea.
Shaveen, do you think race played a role at all in how the initial investigation into Kendrick's death was handled?
Well, certainly, you have to consider race as a factor, but I don't think that that's the end all in terms of trying to understand why this case was handled in the way that it was. We believe that certainly if there is a cover up, it is a cover up for somebody and not a nobody. And so
we do know that the parents were there and they were interviewed. Now, there's no mention, there's no indication whether the investigators went to even try to speak with the other two students who were mentioned in the statement. Now, it also could be on the investigative process. They interviewed two and then wait to see what happens with the other two if there's any communication. So that's a good possibility of that too. And is there anything specific about the way in which they allege he was killed? Well, there are specifics here, but we're not going to release those because we know this investigation continues. But there's one thing that I think is pretty important here, and Mike and I talked about this just before we came on air. When we looked over the police reports from the original investigation, there were more than 100 interviews. The lion's share of those had
The Lowndes County teen's body was discovered in a authorities ruled his death
Hold on,
unfortunate, but
hold
his
on for a
parents
minute.
believe
Okay.
he was murdered. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live at the Richard with these newest developments, Deidre.
And the Johnsons making an appearance here today with their attorney. They have filed federal lawsuit. Their son was murdered and that the law enforcement agencies are part of a cover-up.
We're going to continue to keep fighting for Kendrick because his life matters.
10 years after his death, Kendrick Johnson's parents remain convinced their son was murdered.
we live there. We know how this town is. We know how they're alive. We know how they'll cover up for one another.
Kenneth and Jackie Johnson allege that Kendrick's classmates killed their son, and law enforcement and school officials covered up the crime in January of 2013. Classmates at Lowndes High School in Valdosta found the 17-year-old's body inside an upright mat. Investigators concluded he died in a freak accident, but Johnson's parents say someone killed him. On Tuesday, the Johnsons, joined by their attorney, filed a federal lawsuit against the GBI and Lowndes County Sheriff's Office. Last year, Lowndes County Sheriff Ashley Polk released a synopsis of the case file, saying that investigators have continued to believe the teen's death was accidental and there was no foul play.
All the evidence that they collected contradicts both the cause of death on the death certificate as well as the synopsis.
The Johnson family disputes the sheriff's conclusions and call the situation a cover-up. As part of the new $1 million lawsuit, they hope to address what they call the materially false information in Polk's summary.
What the Johnsons found was that there was materially false information in that synopsis that could have only come from the medical examiner who invented this narrative. And we say invented because there's no evidence to support it.
Wow.
GBI spokesperson.
That's right. Only thing I do is tell a parent, continue to fight for the justice that your son. It ain't even about money, no more. You want your kid back. You want your child. It's no way in the world, y'all. Nothing like this should happen in our city. It's nothing like this should happen. One of these must have been his girlfriend. Probably took a picture with him. You don't have to be a girlfriend, but I hope the family keep fighting. Pushing it. Don't give up. In the city of Atlanta, and them say in Georgia, this not supposed to happen. But I remember it happened to the twins. It happened to our twins, Kendrick, and two more other little boys. Two more, another boy, another Georgia incident. This shouldn't happen, y'all. Not here in the state. Come on now. So they let you know that it can happen. It can happen. 'Cause it happened. You know what I mean? So it's best to whew, take. I don't know what to say, y'all. I just don't know what to say. You say, watch it. Keep your eyes open. Pray for your kid. Stay prayed up, and don't give up. Hope y'all enjoyed it live, but I will be keeping awareness on Kendrick. I really do. I know this probably a case that you might not want to hear about, but it's one of my cases that I'm going to keep awareness on Kendrick's death. So if you have any questions about this case, when you have a chance and opportunity, you can put it down in the chat and I'll get with y'all back with the answer if I don't know the answer right away. Justice uh, Kendrick Johnson.